Alright, guys. We got the photo setting mode on turned on here too. It's making some. Anyway, I was fucking around with this camera yesterday. It's got all these fucking settings, and I don't even use them. But I figured I was actually considering going back to 640 multiplied by 480 pixels. Do you remember VGA mode back in the day, 1990? Um, we had our big old PCs. I still remember me and a buddy of mine, and those weren't my fitness days. Bond Hall, we were carrying these big ass CPUs. I had bought a computer in '99, and I was thrilled off of eBay, I believe, and we drove to Jackson, we got the fucking thing, then we transported it up to the dorm. Those were the days of AOL dial-up internet. Does anyone remember that? I doubt it. What happened to this? Okay, we got the lighting. Yeah, AOL dial-up internet. We had these little CDs we'd pop in, and life was good back. I mean, life's good now. Life's great now. Life's fantastic now. But I'm saying, these days it's also garbage and fake, and people are all hypocritical. Nobody will tell you what they really want. Nobody will, it's just a whole bunch of garbage out there, man. I mean, and social media and all these influencers and all that, it's just, they made it all. I mean, I'm one myself that I never wanted to be. I mean, but I'm happy to be one. But I'm saying, I promote real things. I tell you what people really want. I'm very brutally honest about everything, and people hate me for it, which is fine. But and some idiot and some platforms call me sitting like this in a pair of fucking shorts that extend almost up to the goddamn knee, which I pulled up, nudity. But girls run around, in bikinis, and that's not nudity. Fuck off. Anyway, my point isn't. Yeah, so we had AOL dial-up internet. There was cold beer in the fridge, and life was good. It's good now. Except I never drank cold water for I don't know, 25 years. Then this maid of mine, she had the bright idea to get the fridge cleaned and get it clean, blah blah blah. And I'm like, what am I gonna do with the fucking clean fridge? It was clean. I don't know. It was clean. But she did a very good job. And then I had this idea. I got these bottles sitting around, all multicolored bottles. Well, let's pop them in and, replace I had a couple of cigars sitting around in that fridge. Anyway, I've told you the story of China and the warm water, and how in the 4-star hotel I asked them for water. He brought me a flask of water because it was boiling hot. The Chinese, for them, water is boiling hot water to be used in tea. They hardly drink any water. For them, it's all tea, tea, tea. Which is actually good. Like them, if you can find high grade tea from China, like selenium tea and stuff like that, that is really good. But you're not going to be able to find that outside Guizhou and basically outside China, maybe Taiwan, because it's all grown locally there, and they're very careful about. Maybe you can get it shipped overseas and all that, but I tried, I couldn't, and the crap that you get in other countries, green tea is not green tea. That trust me, that's total utter crap. They have the psyop of green tea originate. Like everything's supposed to be India, like this ancient culture. But let me be very brutally honest. India produces low grade tea. Okay, the Darjeeling green tea and stuff is good, but it's low grade. And, the real I mean, it's different cultures, right? I mean, yeah, Chinese culture may have originally incorporated some aspects of Hindu culture, Indian, whatever, Sanskriti, whatever the fuck it is, because there's so many different. But it's a completely different branch now. Buddhism, and it's all separate. It's anyway, hypocrisy, success, and the most important thing I want to talk about, being in the right place at the right time. I've been thinking, man. I've been thinking. I mean, every morning I wake up, I look around me, and the first feeling I get is how hypocritical because I can. People think they can read people. People think they can feel certain things, and we all feel certain things. But you know, they're pretenders. They're posers. They can't predict the future. They can't. This woman literally calls me and a seer, and in her own language. Everybody does. My friend. He did. Uh, so yeah, they can, and it's interesting. I do something, I take a certain action, I buy something, and then 10 days later, somebody else will buy, and it could be anybody. They'll buy the same thing, they'll post the same video, they'll do the same thing. It's clear as, I mean, there's no such thing as coincidence. Then these same people will say, if you ask them, oh, it has nothing to do with you. But they're full of shit because they noticed you did it. And deep down inside, if he can do it, well, I can do it too. Well, that's a good idea. Why not? I mean, ideas are plenty and you can steal them. And that's fine. I mean, I wouldn't even call it stealing. I would say, somebody had an idea, somebody did something, and, he achieved a certain degree of success, or he achieved his goal, or whatever the fuck it is. So you're doing the same thing, you're trying, which is fine, we all do that, but at least you should admit it, otherwise you're a fucking hypocrite. And this is my point, And the middle class, again, don't get me started on the motherfucking middle class, man. These guys are such fucking hypocrites. They want everything, they will never admit it. Growing up, I was always told, oh, those rich people, and I still remember this one uncle I have who's supposedly so rich. Supposedly, I mean, a house in the suburbs doesn't mean shit, but and I was always psyoped because I don't know, because my mom wanted that level of wealth, which she didn't have at that time, and I mean, they have it now. Or maybe they have it now. I don't know. It's also, my family's, I mean, you guys have heard about it, man. It's also fucked up. Nobody's honest. I mean, my mom's this aggressive, ambitious woman that lived her life through her husband, and he's the polar opposite. But he wants all those things deep down inside, power, ambition, mom does too, But it's all very hypocritical. Like, it's all cloaked in a veil of, we're middle class, nice, cultured people. But we all know what happens to nice. We all know what happens to middle class. They get squeezed. The poor loot them, the rich squeeze them. I mean, it's that simple. But, yeah, growing up, I was always told being rich is a bad thing. There were two different conflicting things, And, nobody's honest, right? So my dad would quietly tell me, yeah, you have this ambition to be rich, and that's not a bad thing. But he would never let me do the things that actually make you rich, because he never, did them himself. My mom would, yeah, she would, I don't know, we're cultured, and, growing up in school, all that, I was in anything but a cultured environment. It was a very, what you call, toxically masculine environment. And I got the shit pounded out of me on a daily basis. And nobody taught me how to fight. I asked. Nobody taught me how to defend myself. I asked. I'm not complaining. I'm just giving you the fucking facts. Guys used to literally do, I posted this thing on my website about Cobra, Rip that damn pocket off. It happened to me when I was in 8th grade. Somebody walked up to me, ripped my pocket off. I couldn't do a damn thing because I was scared, and he was, this big motherfucker. It's funny, right now I look at all those guys, I've met those guys, and I take their wives. It's literally what I do. It took many years, but I'm getting my revenge. And when I came back home on that day, Mom was like, "Oh, you guys are so violent." And, I was criticized when I was being bullied, but then I asked, how do I fight back? Oh, you have to be nice. You can't fight back. We're cultured people. So, the gang, the Mahatma turned the other cheek. It don't work. I mean, everybody thinks Gandhi, Gandhi is what I call him, but anyway, freed India, but he didn't. He was a fucking puppet. And he slept with underage girls to so-called prove how, what's the word? Chaste he is. It's all gay bullshit, man. He drank his own fucking piss. And people they believe this shit. It's actually the other freedom fighters. Like, there was a guy, Bose, in Bengal. Now that motherfucker fought. In the north of India, you had this guy, I forgot, Bhagat Singh, that guy, yeah. There were guys that we never talk about, but these guys actually got out on the front line. They did something. They fought. The turning the other cheek doesn't work. He's just gonna smack you again. It's that simple. That's what I was taught to do. I'm still told to do that. If somebody's rude to me, for instance, I'm saying, no, you can't be. You have to be nice and polite. So what? You get fucked up the ass? Jesus God. Yeah, bend over. Let them fuck you up the ass was the whole... But the funny part is, these people telling me the same thing in their own lives, they want to be kings and queens and emperors and all this, yet they aren't, because they're middle class, they're nice people. Here I am sitting, everybody's calling me, emperor, sir, and this and that, and they all hate it, and my point is simple, man. When I tell people, that I'm an influencer or I got this sexy ass body, so that's, success in whatever field. Been to so many places, 500 girls, whatever field it is. It could be anything. It could be drinking 4 liters of water at one go, which people say, oh, that's harmful. You shouldn't drink that much water. Are you fucking insane, man? It's harmful. Like, you have shit like water poisoning and all these concepts. You fucking gay? Water won't kill you, man. It'll just clean your system out. Neither will cigarettes. They'll just clean your fucking system out. It's that simple. But, yeah, it's hypocrisy, man. The middle class is they're the ones that want it the most. They will never fucking admit it. The money, the power, the authority, people serving you. I was always growing up told, oh, that guy, he just puts his feet up and rub my feet, kind of thing. Hey, that's why they didn't want me to going to China. That's exactly what I did there. That's exactly what I do now. It's either this or that. You can't be nice and say, oh, please do this. She might still do it, but she's not going to... What do you really want? You really want the servitude, right? Whatever it is. You hire a driver to drive you around in a luxury car, or what do you want? You want to be served, right? It's... So you go the whole Humpty. Because in the middle will... Then, oh, but that guy is being served like a king, but I'm not, or queen, whatever the hell it is. Social media, these guys post comments, I'd take it for free if it was offered, what was it? It was a rub down, basically. That's all I was talking about. done by three girls. But yeah, but they won't admit it. You know, they won't admit these things because it doesn't look nice, because it's not civilized. I mean, in ancient times, you had emperors and you had kings and you had nobility, and not everybody was an emperor. You had nobility, you had, rich people. There was none of this hypocritical bullshit. It's not nice. I mean, what's nice? It's nice to actually be honest. This is what women keep telling me. They keep telling me you're this nice guy. And I tell them I'm not a nice guy. I'm Dr. Lecter, is what I tell them. I tell them up front. But they said no, because, whatever you think, you don't hide it. Most people hide things. You just say it. It's like a little kid. It's funny. The other day, and I spoke about it, I was walking outside, and this woman, this older lady, she was walking her kid. And when she looks at me, she gets triggered. She kind of goes the other way. And I go the other way on autopilot because she's an older lady. And, I just avoid people in general. But the baby, man, the baby is so cute. I can't help but talk to babies. Like, it's a little teeny baby about this cute. It's got, like, these pale white cheeks and, it's... and it's sitting in a pram and it looks at me like... babies have this way of staring at you, right? They stare, and it's lovely. And so I say hello. I try and, but it was I think he was like 4 or 5 months, maybe 7 months, I don't know. But I tickled his cheek, and he didn't. Most babies will giggle when you tickle their cheek. Most babies will, you do this, they'll grab your finger. Some of them will try and break it off. It's very cute. But so then I'm like, okay, no reaction today. And so I walk off. You know what the baby does? I'm like, God damn, the universe is blowing me flying kisses. Uh, you know, I mean, you gotta be honest. Like, everybody wants things, nobody admits it, and that honesty is the first step to getting it. Because unless you're honest, unless you say it, unless you feel it, unless you want it, it's one thing to have suppressed desires that you never act upon. I talk about this on the other business all the time. Then you're never going to get it, because ultimately the universe rewards action takers, not just thinkers. And yeah, if you have an obsession, then you'll think about it all day, you'll think about it, but you have to actually take some action at the end of the day that leads to that result. Or else the universe is not going to, it ain't going to, I mean, you have to do something. Something, anything. This is what I speak about in every video. Do something, anything, then you have people that think, he got this opportunity, so he's here today. Or he was given this opportunity, or he was in the... First of all, we can't control where we were born. We can't control many things. They're out of our control. I mean, you could be born in a billionaire's family, or you could be born in a fucking... poor family, a slum, middle class, whatever. You can't control any of that shit. And to sit there and say that a guy has got somewhere because of XYZ factors, yeah, there's a lot of factors involved in success. But to simply look at, that he got it on easy mode or something, no, I didn't get fitness or anything I have on easy mode. It's a daily fucking fight. We're still not unbanned on Amazon. We're still not, old YouTube channel is still not unbanned. There's still so much to do. I mean, but yeah, a lot of it is you have to be at the right place at the right time. I get these comments about you live like a king, you do this, you do that, I don't even do anything, man. I sit in my fucking room and I smoke cigarettes and, apparently the way I smoke cigarettes is like, anyway, so So I was like, you gotta be in the right place at the right time. And if you want those things, go to China. You want green tea, go to China. You have to be at the right place too, right? You can't be in a place where those things aren't available, right? So that kind of thing, right place, right time, opportunity, and success, a lot of success at whatever you do, unless it's something like fitness where it's 99% physical and 1% mental, really. But that mental is very important. Without that, you're never going to get anywhere. A lot of it boils down to relentless hard work. But then the universe throws you a lifeline. The universe will, out of nowhere, it'll throw you some sort of lifeline. If you show extreme faith towards whatever that goal is that you're pursuing, you'll attract opportunity. Now, it might not be the exact opportunity you want, but it might be an opportunity. Napoleon Hill spoke about this in Think and Grow Rich. It might be an opportunity disguised. I forget I think Edison, this guy wanted to work for Edison. I forgot his name. He had no money. He was totally broke. So he jumped on the back of a railroad car. Back in the day, they used to have these coal. I think they used to transport coal and all this. Showed up in Edison's office looking like a fucking tramp. And Edison was like, I'm not going to hire you. And, but no, he wasn't. Actually, he didn't say that. Edison, that was his first thought. But then he spoke to the guy, and there was something in the guy that Edison, he was like, I can't keep this guy. I can't hire him, but I can't let him go either. There was something in that guy. And he hired him on as a menial, as a sweeper or something for 5 years. And that guy took it because he wanted, his life's goal was to work with Edison. I forget his name, but if you read the book, you'll see it. That was his life's goal. And he took that opportunity. For 5 years, he worked sweeping floors, even though he was qualified to do a lot more. And then, the most menial of tasks, just so he could say he works for Thomas Edison, And nothing, his goal was not to work for Edison, it was to work with Edison. When he walked into the office, stinking of coal and looking like a fucking beggar off of the streets, and Edison was a well-known inventor by then, he was like, I don't want to work for you, I want to work with you. This is what he said. It's like, going up to Donald Trump and, you're a nobody and saying, or not just Trump, anybody, I want to work with you, not for you, that kind of thing. Or like some of my trolls coming up to me saying, let's work together, like, dude, who are you? I don't even know you. Nobody knows you, it's like, anyway. And so he accepted that opportunity. 5 years passed, nothing happened, but then suddenly one day they needed somebody to sell a device that nobody wanted to sell. The company's salespeople said that it wouldn't sell. Edison wanted to sell it. Nobody wanted to sell it because it was something that, nobody knew how to sell and nobody thought anybody would need it. Long story short, this guy took that opportunity. It took the initiative to actually sell it. He made he made lots and lots of money, and the rest is history. He then worked with Edison. So he got his goal, but so you have to be there at the right place at the right time, and that opportunity will come in a very insidious form. Like I spoke about in my last video, I literally get money out of nowhere. Like people keep asking me, where do you get money to do what you do, this, that, then I tell them, what I do. Some people I don't tell them at all. And they respond with, oh, he's doing something illegal or something illegal. Hey, I'm fucking what? Nothing illegal about what I do. Fucking, people are idiots. And so And even my mom once asked me, I think it was in 2016, and I'm like, I just shake a tree and, money plant, and it just falls out. And she got so pissed off, man. Oh my God, she got so pissed off. But, I mean, there's no point. You tell people what you do, but they're, it's not gonna work, or they'll offer you pointless, meaningless, bullshit advice. Do it this way, do it that way. Like, fuck, have you done it? No? Then shut up. I mean, that's, not that I want advice anyway. I mean, and then, but, because it's something that I do very well. All these things I do them very well. People hate it because, deep down inside, nobody wants you to succeed. Nobody wants you to really succeed, that is, Now, gay success, like working at some job and giving all your money to your wife or whoever you give it to, I don't know, and being a fucking slave and being a feminist, the middle class considers that to be success. It ain't success. It's hypocrisy because they're the most unhappiest motherfuckers ever. I mean, it's just that simple. Nobody actually wants, you, as a guy, let's just say, to have slept with over 500 women. You know why? Because they wanted themselves. And you know what their count is? One. I mean, people hate it. And they respond with, I don't want all that. Oh, this, that. Yeah, but deep down inside, they do want it. Or it won't. If you really don't want it, like, okay. I look at these guys that, everybody on social media, a lot of them run around with all these girls and they parade it. I'm the alpha male, blah, blah, blah. I just laugh because these alphas, I don't believe in classification. These alphas are not alphas. They're fucking... But it's fine, but people get so triggered by it. It's like, so what? A guy's got like 5 girls around him. I mean, fuck, I've had more than that. I walk down the street and I've got girls all around me without even fucking, in a back alley, fucking where I don't even... I literally go to corners of streets to avoid people. I still can't, So I look at these and I'm like, okay, so what? But people, especially men, get so triggered because they want it. But they can't get it. So why? But they can't get it because they don't admit it. They're not honest about it. And this applies to everything. It applies to money. It applies to whatever. I don't know. It could be your goal to do, 1,000 push-ups every day, or I don't know, whatever it is. It'd be a relationship, but whatever it is, what do you really want out of it? You have to be honest with yourself about it. You can tell other people, but it's going to be pointless because most people aren't going to listen. And unless you truly believe it yourself, you're never going to attract it. It's that simple. You have to truly believe it yourself first. And for you to truly believe it yourself, you have to be honest with yourself. This is where most people fail. Then they whine about, he gets all this opportunity. They rake in the box. This is what I was told. He rakes in the money. Which I do. Yes, I do, admittedly. Through my email list, but I worked for it. I wasn't given it. I didn't buy it. It took me so many, and he's extremely, he's the best self-promoter ever, and this and that, and, people keep talking about me. They wouldn't say all this if they didn't want to be that themselves. All right? And if you see somebody who you don't really want to be, then, it's like, yeah, okay, but you see somebody who's actually what you want to be, but you're too lazy, incompetent, and most of all, dishonest, and you won't admit it, then that triggers you, right? Why not just be honest and say, hey, I wish I could promote that well, hey, and then do it. It is. I mean, and being in the right place at the right time certainly helps. I mean, luck, but lady luck, this is why they call it lady luck and father time, okay? Because time is like, it's masculine, it's slow, it's patient, it's like a serpent, it's like a snake. It waits and it strikes at the right moment. Look at me. Anybody wrongs me, I'll stay silent for years and years and years and years. At that right moment, though, the cobra will strike. That guy who tore my pocket off in high school, I took his wife. It's that's life. It's brutal. It took 30 years, but I did it. I mean, that's what's happening all around you right now. You can pretend you're middle class and nice and it doesn't exist, but it's happening all around you, bro. And oh yeah, another thing, I gotta just get this off of my chest because I find it insane. Girls calling men bro is just the most horrible, horrible thing ever. But you know what's worst? Worse than that? Girls calling each other bro. Ah, God dog. Jesus. Anyway, that aside, but it's the most unfeminine thing I should say. And Lady Luck is like a lady. You flirt with her. She's showing herself off, sexy, and hey, I just did a bit of a belly shimmy there. That's a belly shimmy kind of thing in belly dance. But goddamn. Anyway, I gotta stop doing this, man. I'm triggering. Anyway, but no, I won't stop doing it. Actually, belly dance can be very masculine. Did you know that in the ancient, in these Egyptian kings or whatever, emperors, kings, whatever the hell it was, women didn't dance. I mean, I know but women didn't dance. It was men that danced, and they weren't gay. They danced, because women, because then the Habibs wouldn't lust after the men. They would make them dance, yeah, but there would be no sexual, with women, there's always that sexual aspect to it. So, I mean, that's history. You can look it up. Romans, same thing. Um, but, yeah. Lady Luck is like that. Lady Luck is like money. Money is the same. Money and luck. If you're good with girls, you'll be good with money. You'll be a lucky guy in general. All right. Look, with a girl, I mean, I keep talking about I just grab him by the upper arm. I do I just kiss him. I mean, and I have to, man. I mean, when a girl is standing right next to you and when she's, asking you obvious questions, and especially when you have the, right dynamic, dominant, submission, I can't. You go straight for the jugular and you just, you kiss her. I mean, when I see beautiful, it's not just a beautiful woman. I mean, to me, beauty is not about the face or age or any of this bullshit that society. I mean, it's about the vibe, and it's about physicality too. I mean, it's about a certain dress sense and all that. And I just grab her and I kiss her, man. I can't help it, and and she likes it, so whatever. Uh, But before that, you have to flirt. I mean, you can't just walk up to random women on the road and say, "Oh, then they're gonna fucking put." Obviously, you can't do that. And so you gotta talk to her. You gotta flirt with her. You gotta be that guy first. Sexy, handsome, intelligent, charming, all these things that I am. Best shape in the world. That's why I keep showing my back off, because it's so sexy. But this is what these hypocrites. I show everything. I don't cover my, uh, I don't cover any part of my body other than my 9.2-inch dong. But you guys that criticize it, you guys are fat and out of shape, and you keep your chest covered so the man tits don't show. You don't show, you talk about, you watch my video on, I was laughing at somebody that did animal movements, and it was funny. He said I liked weird stuff, and it was hilarious. It looked weird. And then I said, so what? Mine look weird too, like The Exorcist, Little Girl from the X. But he removed his video, and then he posts on X saying, oh, I wasn't, it's fine if other people find it weird. Okay, well, if it's fine, why the fuck did you remove your video? Put it back on there. Let's see, back your shit up. But you can't. You're a hypocrite. I back my shit up. My shit, I don't remove it. That's just... But yeah, you can't just walk up to random women on the street and, do that kind of thing. So you have to flirt with them. You have to talk to them. You have to be desirable, attractive, all those things. And Lady Luck is like that girl. So you flirt with her a couple of times, then you forget about her, and then one fine day you're walking down the street and she gives you this big smile, and she's looking at you like this, like, okay, girls do this, let me try it. And did you see how my eyes move? And for men, I do this, I'll look around like that, always high alert. But girls do it sneakily too, and especially when they like a guy. The vast majority of these girls I talk to, I notice them doing this, and they don't even know it half of the time. Then they catch your eye, and they're like, they give you, oh shit, I gave you a beautiful smile too. Anyway, that's Lady Luck. But it only works if Father Time has passed. Or not passed in that sense, but time. TikTok. They named it that for a reason. Time doesn't heal everything. Time doesn't mean forgiveness, but time is the great leveler. It was funny, in India they had these wine and beer shops, and I used to call them the great leveler. They still have them, I believe. I don't drink, so I don't go there. Because you see the whole gamut of society, the rich guys, poor guys, every motherfucker, rich, poor, middle class, and they're all standing in line. There's a throng, and it's like a jail. There's some fat guy behind it handing out bottles of beer, and everybody's got their cash up in their hands like this. It's hilarious. I remember one time I went out, after work, and I went to one of these hole-in-the-wall shops. There were bars, literally. So, and you couldn't even look in the shop. It was all stocked and full of liquor, and there were bars, and I said, it's like a jail, like the alcohol. God damn, man. No wonder India has so much crime. It's so fucking repressed. A land which, they wrote the fucking Kama Sutra that, you can fuck cows up the ass and all this shit, and, now they're so repressed. Yin and yang. The wheel came full circle, and so I said, okay, could you give me a beer? And the guy looks at me and he's like this. Oh, what he meant was money first, but the way he said it was, like, I have the par, and he was a nobody. He was a poor, not poor, because those guys did make a lot of money, but, he wasn't socially mobile or anything. This is what I'm talking about. People do it. People want it. Everybody. But at home, that same guy would say, oh, I'm a cultured guy. I would never do this. But when nobody's watching, he's going to do that same thing. Lady Luck and Father Time will... I just do the same thing. I'm the most honest motherfucker out there. I do the same thing in front of you. I don't hide who I am. Now, that has caused me problems, but I don't give two shits because I can't live like that. I can't live being a motherfucking hypocrite. It's that simple. And everybody wants it, nobody admits it, but they all try and stop you from doing it or somebody like me that actually does it, because they all want it themselves. But they're pussy, they're chicken, they're not in shape, they're not that guy, they're not that girl, they're coping, and, they got this garbage concept of showing other people that, oh, we're so nice, we're this, we're that, we don't get involved in scandals. Yet, in their own houses, they treat people like total shit. And they'll never talk about that anyway. So yeah, Lady Luck and Father Time, man. And so opportunity, luck, all of these things are like that girl that you're trying to get. You're flirting with it, And the way you flirt with opportunity is putting in the work. The way you flirt, you hear people say, oh my God, I just got so lucky. I don't even know how. That was me last week. I just, not that I needed it or anything, but I just got money. I didn't even know that money that, was sitting in an account. Of course, to get that money out, I had to verify 10,000 things, blah, blah, blah. But, so the universe said, hey, I gave you this luck, but are you willing to work? So even after giving me the luck, which I worked to get, it made me work to extract the luck. So daily, the universe asks me, you talk all this shit. Now back it up, motherfucker. That's what the universe tells me, literally. And I'm happy. I'll do it. I fight every day, I've always, that's been my life. People throw me into impossible situations and, but you said you know everything. It's an indirect trolling because, I'm extremely intelligent, articulate, knowledgeable. I can read people's minds. I can predict the fucking future, and all my predictions have come true. And so people get triggered by it, and because I don't give them free advice on their lives, and I don't follow society's laws and all that, and I have all these girls and all that, and so Lady Luck and Father Time are like that, and to sit there and criticize somebody, like I read all these posts on X, and these guys are such cowards that they're talking about yours truly, right? But for some reason, they think I need the validation of being mentioned. Oh, we're talking, like I keep telling these idiots and bozos that, hey, if you're talking about Rahul Mukherjee, and how I tested this? I took, I literally grabbed like a warrior something from somebody else's something, and then I bragged about it. I'm not going to tell you what, but that he posted my name to that, but it didn't do him any good because he's full of shit. But, everything else, they won't post your name because they know you're actually getting somewhere, right? And they're trying to drag you back. My beautiful biceps. Anyway, they're trying to drag you back. People are like that. They're hypocrites, and, all these comments that I just mentioned, that about the animal video and all this, this guy, he's got the voice of a fucking schoolgirl, and and he even removed that video, and it's good because that but I'd love to have that video back, buddy boy, so I control it a little. Indirectly, of course, we had a deal. Anyway, yeah, I'd love to have that video back. It's like, it's literally like that, like a 14-year-old schoolgirl. And, he's reading from a script and he's trying to act tough. If you don't like me cursing, then he looks at his script, and this is a big fat, guy, calls himself big and all that, but he's really a fat fuck. But I mean, here's what he sounds like. Okay, I'm not gonna name him, but this is what he sounds like. Oh yeah, this same guy says if you're not going to name the people you talk about, but he rants about me all day long. He talks about me all day long. A lot of people do, but he won't say it. He keeps saying, who the hell made this rule that, if you ain't squatting, you ain't training. Hey, I made it, but he won't say that. But it's... Hey, Google it. Google will tell you. Yeah, so everybody knows, right? I mean, who made this rule that, and then he did post, right? Raul says if you don't do pull-ups exact proper form. Well, yeah, that's true. If you don't, my body's proof. These are the same guy, he's like, welcome you. It sounds. He's got this, schoolgirl like voice, triple chin. It's also hilarious when, and his, and he's reading off of a script. How gay can you be, man? How motherfucking gay can you be not to remember things in there? Yeah, sometimes you forget stuff, but then you write it out, This guy says he types and writes because, and admittedly, okay, if it's one thing to, think it, it's another thing to write it. What I was always told growing up was if you can write it, articulate it, then, that's a skill that sets you apart. What I was never told, though, is this. Yeah, you gotta be able to write it. If you don't write, like my aunt, she's always, she's like, you speak really well. Have you considered being a writer? And I'm like, if only you knew, because I don't tell anybody, what I do. And, I just, it's that middle class mentality and nobody wants to be honest and nobody wants to sit down and talk. I like to sit down and talk to people, right? But you got to be honest. But nobody wants to be honest. And so, and she's a nice... Her husband is really my uncle. He comes in my dreams. And my paternal grandmother. Now, every time I spoke to my paternal grandmother, there was this massive conflagration between my mom and her. So I could never talk to her. But she actually tried helping. She didn't bitch and moan when I left jobs. She didn't, she was the only one that actually saw, I remember this comment she made. I was 13 years old, and she was talking about my dad, or I don't know, they were talking about something, and I was like, well, my dad is this, and, she was like, well, your dad, he's already done what he had to in his life, that's his, but what are you gonna do? She was the only one that has ever asked me that question, that ever gave me that freedom, because she recognized something in me. I mean, the bottom line is this, she always used to, my eldest grandson, and that was always trolled at home. But she didn't do that because she was stupid. Now, admittedly, she was a very dominating woman too. And that's what it is with women. But she actually did have to work. Now, you know what's funny? My dad will talk to my ex-wife about her and, families and all, but never about me. This is my family. So, my family doesn't talk to me. They talk to outsiders about me. But they won't be honest and sit down and talk to me about me. So this is why I don't tell my family what I do. Because it's pointless. It's a bunch of garbage bullshit. It's hypocrisy. Anyway, they're the biggest hypocrites. The middle class in general, biggest fucking hypocrites ever. But anyway, my point is this, that so she said, have you considered being a writer? And I'm like, well, if only you knew. And so, that is right. If you can articulate your thoughts via writing, then, and it's true, because a lot of times I'll be walking outside, I have to do this, I have to do that, so I'll make notes on my phone or maybe my tablet, whatever. I mean, generally my phone. And then, and if you write it, then you're taking some action and you're sending a message to the universe that this is what you are, what you want, whatever you're writing. But what I was never told is this: if you can talk to people, this, and you can do it as well as you write, plus you put emotion into it, you look at people, you're real, that is the ticket. Where, even the cream of the crop of writers fail. Like, a lot of people are excellent writers, but they're excellent writers. But when they talk to you, not everybody, but when they talk to you, it's total shit, because they forget things. They and all this, and so. Yeah, so he's got this cool girl like, oh, shit, it's hilarious because he's got big man tits uh, but he talks about me all day, man. He's such a fucking hypocrite. Talks about me all day, copies all my stuff, does all this, and I've called him out, proved it, all this, blah blah blah. There's other people that do it. They're so hypocritical. Like, he rakes in the money. Okay, so I rake in the money. I do, admittedly. But my point is this: why do you care? Why do you give two shits? Obviously, you want it. Why do you get a blue tick on X? Obviously, I don't even have that. You say, I mean, these guys make the claim that I sell stuff just to make money. If I wanted to do that, I'd get my blue tick. Why do you have it? You have it because you're gay and you want an artificial boost. In the algorithm. And you're such a fucking hypocrite. You're like a woman. You can't keep to your word. You said, I'm never going to get that blue tick again, and I'm never going to get on X again, after yours truly booted him off of X, but here he is back. These guys are into drama. They can't stay away from drama, any form of fucking drama. It's just, and this is why Lady Luck doesn't shine upon them. They're fat, broke, miserable, out of shape, have no girls, constantly LARPing on X about I did this, I did that, Instead, why not just admit it? Whatever it is you want, your deepest desires, For men, let me just tell you flat out honestly, for men, we all want a harem. We all want women to serve us. It's that simple. That's masculine. Every man has it deep down inside. Those that don't have it or don't do it don't have the options. There is not one single man out there in the universe, let alone hubby porn star, who has the options but won't exercise them. Name one. Can you name one? He has all the options, huh? There's girls throwing themselves at him, but he won't. Name one. Crickets. Crickets. Cheap, cheap. they, and women, do this all the time. You give a woman an opportunity, she'll jump on it, and my point is this, man, criticizing those that are at whatever level that it, like I've covered this before, it does nothing for you, but this video is basically about success, opportunity, and hypocrisy. Until you get rid of that hypocrisy deep inside of you, man, you're never gonna make it at anything you do. It's that simple. And on that note, until you admit it to yourself, And just saying it quietly to yourself is not the way. Chanting hymns and mantras is not the way. Wearing dumbass beads and 108 chains and, looking at, whatever gay shit you look at, cards, whatever it is, to, oh, this, that, that's not how to do it. You have to read the universe. Most people can't. Uh, and that's it. But you gotta first believe it deeply yourself, man. And that's where most people fail. I'll see y'all later.